All right, let's see how my mic is doing. Everybody, welcome on in. See, Jammy's here, Envy's here. Never would have guessed those two would be here. Stephen Rand, welcome in. Vision Mule, Aiden with the cuddle puddle. Yeah, we're gonna cuddle today, and we're gonna cuddle hard. Hope Chuckson, too cool. Nightmare wants to hire my production team. Well, it's a production team of one, so you won't have to hire the entire team, per se. Or you will. Who knows what it's going to be. But anybody, welcome on in. For these, I have Jammy here with me. And I also have a special guest. He might be here on more. Depends when the schedule lines up. But I got Envy here with me as well. All right. So, let me make sure.
Money, 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 money.
I'm going to guess that Spider Guard without even looking while I'm setting something else up. This is where it's actually going to be somebody else for once.
It's amazing how you know these things without looking.
Spider Guard, thank you for the 100 biddies. Welcome on in. All right, so first off, how is my voice? How's everybody else's voice? Do I need to turn anybody up? Do I need to turn everybody down? Do I need to mute somebody? Let me know. So, Jammy, Envy, if y'all want to do some talking so they could sound check you, that would be excellent.
Check 1 2 1 2.
I'm not even sure I heard Emmy then, let alone everyone else.
Jammy sounds great. I sound like Flo. I can turn Envy up a little bit. I already have him at 169%. Let me crank that up a little more.
69%.
All right. We have Envy on max volume, so we'll see how that runs.
Turn up.
Yeah, everybody turn your systems up. We're going to get loud. But, alright, so, I'm going to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. What did everybody think about their first week-long MLC, per se? I guess it's not technically an MLC. I guess it's a WLC. But did we hate it? Did we love certain things? Are we mixed? Because we're going to go over each aspect of it. We're going to talk about it a little bit. Envy sounds like he's on a phone on speaker mode. Maybe he is. It got a little boring at the end. All right, so we'll talk about the weekend as well, because I know that was a little different. Mix, okay. It was boring, and I liked it. That might be the best. That's probably going to reflect my my opinion, especially after we had 2 weeks of so much content. Needed more tours and whatnot. Got pretty boring. So was the full week boring, even with the faction boss or everything, or was it just the weekend was kind of boring because there wasn't anything new per se other than the showdown? Because I wanted to have this stream today, full week. I wanted to have this stream today before I put my my feedback in the Scopely today. So I can have a little more information from around, because I've been looking around a bunch of different things. Week was pretty busy. Since the showdown was only to really... So the showdown was the max the week to get RVD. And most maxed early. Hey, Maxon gave you a Royal Rumble plate. That's more than a lot of people get on an average week. But I have a list of topics and changes to go down. Let me change some things around. Here we are. All right, so our first change we are going to get into is going to be the contest itself and the daily tasks. So I'm going to give y'all the floor first. Jammy, I'm going to let you go first. let us know what you thought of the daily tasks, as well as what you think of the contest structure as a whole for the solo contest.
So I think contest structure as a whole, I like the basis of it. The daily updates, maybe some people, depending on their daily, what they need to do each day, might be an issue. But the good thing with it being daily is it's only little tasks, so it's only like I think 15-20 minutes max that you need. The tasks themselves all relatively simple. So yeah, I mean, absolutely no complaints from me on that.
So the one question I want to ask before we switch over to Envy is, this week compared to other weeks, did you feel rushed? Did you feel behind? Did you feel overwhelmed at all?
Not particularly, but then to be fair, this has been a week where I haven't been doing my normal work schedule, so I think next week for me personally will be a lot better representation of it for me.
A lot better evaluator, I agree as well. So if it lets me put a poll in the chat, I'm trying to see what everybody else feels. But go ahead, Envy, you can take it away. Let us know how you felt about the solo contest in itself and how the daily tasks were rolled out.
So for the solo, the fact that I maxed it and did not spend a big dime, I can't prove that I did or did not spend a dime. I might have, but I didn't drop a hundo. I know I didn't do that. So, and I don't think I spent anything, but maybe I did. Sometimes the wallet just kind of gets thrown out there. But the fact that I maxed got the yellow rumble, I felt great about that. The daily tasks, I feel like I wanted to go harder on the coins. Because it felt like every time I pressed the button on somebody, I was already maxed out. And then I wanted to press the button on somebody else, and I didn't have a reason to. And I did it anyway. We're just throwing these coins away now. And the TP, same with that. We're just tossing these things out. I don't even care about it no more. We go hit it every day. And whether we hit it or not, whether I get some point or not, I'm gonna hit that button. And I'm not even caring what the actual task is. And last day's task with the breaker thing, I didn't even do it because I'd already maxed. So it was like, well, it's there. If I was in trouble, I could have done it, but I didn't do it. And the pull thing got me confused. I don't know when to do my pulls. And y'all suckered me in yesterday in that brag group. And everybody was hitting those 7s and 40s. And I say, oh man, I was gonna hold it, but the game feeling generous right now. I'm gonna get up out there. And I went up out there and got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, the pools we're going to get to on the subject of how they work now a little bit later, as Envy said about keeping your pools. But yeah, as you can see here, I maxed the contest. The only spending outside of the discount prize wall that I did was the $5 April Fool's deal they had, where you got 4... Yeah, they got 4 Champions coins for $5 that they had out. So I think that's the only spending I did. I did not have Undertaker, so I didn't get that. Got Powerhouse China and a 4 pool. Nice. So let's see where... So a lot of people like the daily task, and that was my big thing with it is, like, after the 2 weeks, for those that don't know my structure as well, is I'm also playing an extra free to counter to on the side to help me give feedback. I know what my roster is. I know I have a bunch of stuff that 99% of the game don't have. So I want to be able to see the game through a roster that has never spent a dime on the game, etc. So I'm also playing that on the side. And the past 2 weeks of the last MLC, I was stressed. I was overwhelmed. I think I was crying to Jammy every morning that I didn't want to get out of my... what is this?
And this is a friendship that'll never, ever end.
We'll let this run its course. Thank you, Goldie. If I knew this would happen, I'd stream when you were home more often.
And this is a friendship that'll never, ever end.
All right, how many more we got? Shut up, loser.
Glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
All right, Goldie, thank you for gifting. Let's see who all got a gift sub here.
Glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Sebastian, Chuck, Nightmare, Too Cool, and Blaze also got to
And
leave.
this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Kay, leave me alone for a month.
Glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Goldie, thank you for your subscription. I will talk to you after work. Who else got in? Big Show got in on one as well. 45 months, 29-month streak. Whew. All right. All right, now we got a... Oh, it's 35% off 5+ gift subs. I didn't know that. That's how much I Twitch. The hell is it? We got a treasure train? I don't even know what a treasure train is. But we got one. So whatever it is, if you want in on the treasure train, I can't even say that 5 times fast. The Ocho train is in full effect. Let me take a peek. I don't think I could see the pool under the treasure train, which is fine. I don't know what's going on. Chaos. But, Yeah, the big point with me is that I didn't feel stressed out at all during this week-long event. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, it was like the last 2 weeks of last MLC, it felt like there was so much stuff to do every day, and then that Monday would hit, and there was like 76 tours, 9. We're running the full train. The Ocho train is in full effect for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds. I don't know what this is. I've never had a treasure train, but apparently it's shorter. Unlock a random emote. But I am hoping that everybody else felt the same with it. They didn't feel like stressed. They didn't feel like a ton to do. And I think a lot of that comes from Jammy Envy. What do you think about the fact that Titan no longer is a requirement for the contest?
Nah,
Go on, Envy. You can go first, mate.
come on, man. I love Titan. I love Titan. What we doing?
And
Free
I had a feeling having Envy the Titan King here with that was going to pique his interest, because I love Titan by design, and when there's a meaning to play it, Envy can contest. I will be up there with everybody else. However, when there is nothing but quote unquote for fun and testing going on, I want to get in there, I want to get it done, and I want to get out. And every day waking up being like, all right, I got to get these Titans done. Here we go again. Which I understand it gives you the hype. Hype is very valuable, but at the same day, it's nice to be able to wake up and be like, hey, if I skip this Titan for 1 day, it's not going to put me in the hole for all month because it was 2,000 points towards the MLC. Jammy, what do you think about it?
Money, 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 money.
Is that what you think about it?
I'm just trying to get in on this hype train. So to be honest, with Titan, I'm still one that likes doing the whole hog. I enjoy. I can get words out. I enjoy being able to see my characters do freaking billions and billions of damage. I just find that fun. So I still run it normal most of the time, long as I've got the time to. But in terms of it not being linked to the contest, yeah, I can only see that as a good thing at the moment, especially while they're mixing it up and.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you want Titan content, as somebody said in chat, follow Southside. Envy, if you want to throw your YouTube up, we'll even pin it. Everybody, I would definitely go follow that, Because if you need to know anything about Titan, whether it's how to get it done quick, how to hit it hard, how to hit it fast, the man knows how to hit it, is what I'm saying. So give him a follow, and it's just an endless flow of knowledge and everything he participates in. It seems like every day he's putting out a new picture of, haha, I beat the rest of the faction, and I'm like, I got it done in 7 minutes, so I feel accomplished. 7 minutes is a good time, I think. There we go, Jammy got it. But
I can't find my own link.
Jammy
I'm
got
trying.
it. Proud of you, Jammy. It's like when somebody asks for your phone number, I tell everybody all the time, I don't call myself. What do I need my phone number for? All right, so our next topic on our agenda is the daily tours. I got a hype chest too. What did we get? I got a balloon doggy. Thank you, everybody, for the treasure chain. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Big Show. Thank you, Jammy. Thank you, Spider Guard. I know you're in on too. Thank you, anybody I might have missed, because my head is everywhere. Where is it? You didn't get one? How did you not get one? If you didn't get one, you can talk to the HR department. Just DM Donjay, and he will take care of it. Oh, you found it? All right, we're good. All right, hype cups all around. But yeah, daily tours. This is kind of one where the boring factor fit in for people, because instead of getting instead of getting one major tour at the beginning of the week and feeling like, hey, you have all this on Monday, they kind of broke it down to where it's the same 5 CSS that you would have had, except they kind of rotate on a cycle with the more premium CSS. I didn't have Taker. I still maxed the contest. I didn't feel like not having Taker cost me a bunch of prize wall. I didn't feel like it cost me a bunch of... I understood that the completionist in me felt incomplete because I couldn't complete the task. Like we can see now that I haven't moved yet. I don't have him, so I didn't complete this task. So, that's kind of it. The token crates are just stuff that was always in it before. So it's for lower players and newer players, because that is one of the changes that they made that I want to bring up, is they got rid of league contests. It was always one of the things that never made sense to me. Everybody is participating in the same contests as soon as you unlock contests now. So there's no League 20s only get to this milestone. There's no League 10s can only get half the prizes, whatever. Now everybody can get everything, so I look at that as a mass positive. But I extremely like the variation on the tours. All the tours were kind of different. The only thing I didn't like with the tours, and me and Jammy kind of yelled at them about, was the Extreme Rules tours didn't go live with the correct Extreme Rules. So the CSS characters that you were required to use didn't do any of the things that you had to do to succeed at the Extreme Rules. You just kind of had to brute force kill them. And then if you're not VIP 11, you had to go back through it with somebody that could brute force kill them to get all the stars so you could get the hell mode. But
if memory serves, I think it was Bron Breaker and Yellow Gems, wasn't it?
Yeah, Brawn and Yellow Gems, and then there was something else in normal mode, and I'm like, what is this? Yeah, it's pretty extreme. Use these characters that don't even make the gems. How extreme could it get? But turn Jammy up? I can turn Jammy up. Oh, Jammy's only at 69%. Alright, Jammy's up to 169 now. We'll see how that goes.
Giggity.
But alright, Envy, we'll let you start on this one. What did you think of the daily tours, the CSS, and the prizes in them?
So the little box looked cool. I was like, oh man, I'm getting something great out these boxes. And then it was just tokens and stuff. I was like, every time I'd be surprised because the tokens would go all the way across the screen. I'd be like, "Where's the cool thing in there? Nothing." So I mean, but it was fine. I mean, like I said, I'm just taking all the coins, TP tokens. We'll take them all. We'll use them all. We'll burn them however we burn them. But yeah, I was. It kind of felt good on the weekends. We get to the weekends and it's just these same little chores and they're just kind of tacking on, and you're not getting like the million tours at the start of the weekend, a million tours at the start of the week. Just get a little, couple tours here, a couple of tours there, a couple of tours there. I like that. I enjoyed it.
I did as well, and that's something that that used to drive me nuts on Flash Feud weekend. It is the most gameplay intensive weekend, and there's 12 tours. And I'm like, why are there 900 tours in this weekend? I'd rather get on and do 1 tour, 2 tour that has a couple nodes each. And that was still another thing with the tour that was good as well, is it was like there was only 1, maybe 2 extra a day. There were a couple 24-hour tours, but another good thing also is they did extend the tours till today for the for the daily task tours. 12 tours that take 5 minutes to complete. It didn't always take 5 minutes to complete on all accounts. But all right, Jammy, what are your thoughts on the tours?
To be honest, I'm in 2 different thought modes, but whether between general gameplay and content or streaming. Because in terms of general play, obviously I agree with what both of you were saying. Just having that 1 tour a day and not being overwhelmed on a Monday is brilliant. But then, for me personally, anyone who follows me on stream knows that what I used to usually do is keep those tours, and I do them on a stream on Friday. So that's kind of messed me on that side of it. But I'm all for ease of the gameplay for the general community. So for the most part, I'm all for this change with the tours, honestly.
Yeah, I love the general engagement, the daily general engagement, as long as it's kept light. And that's what I think that it has been with the daily tasks and the daily tours. I've never felt completely and fully overwhelmed. Towards the end of this stream, when we get into the week 2 stuff, I will let everybody know what the weekend outlook is for the feud damage. If it's going to be around, if it's not going to be around, what the case is. That news is a little bit later to come. But all right, so this next one is going to be a huge topic. And I'm going to throw it up now. This is one that is debated that I don't understand. And this isn't me saying I'm right. This isn't me saying you're right. This isn't me saying either one of us are wrong. I just want to get a more understanding of this. So, the keys and armory. So, keys are now pretty much your contest go-to. Keys are your rewards. That's not what I was looking for. It's not going to show these, but pretty much these are all keys. We go to our loots. So you can do, for record, this will be fixed at reset. This will they'll make the odds not be dumb. This will be at least a 5 guaranteed featured, so it's not more benefit to you to do first. But so in this armory loot, you do 4 pulls. You're guaranteed to get one at the top, and you get 3 other items from somewhere else. So I do want to ask everybody, what do you think of these changes to the keys, armory, and briefcase? But the one question I do want you to answer is, did you get anything good or anything new from any of this during the week? Because I walked away from the week with 3 rumble plates. I walked away from the week with some gears I did. I got the Kurt Angle, what is it? Platinum gear, pearl gear, diamond gear, whatever it's called. And then some old ones. Some really old, I call them legacy gears. Gears that pretty much are cosmetic because you're never going to put them on because they add 500 damage to your character. Only soul gear. So those are my two questions, and it's a combined just because it's like I see people saying, "Hey, I hate this. I think this is dumb," and then I also see the brag rooms on almost every server has absolutely lit up. I've seen it almost universally. Like, I'll see somebody complain in the official channel and then be on Slim's Discord and be in the brag room 3 times in the last 3 days. In the old system, you used to not be able to do an armory pull until week 2 if you're free to play. Now, let's see how many pulls I actually did. 40. So I did 10 4 pulls in 1 week. Which means I had a chance at 10 featured items. Yes, there is some I think I called them seen them referred to as loser items in here. Yeah, you can walk away with Where's the Mella's mask? I hit the Mella's mask, and I know anybody else would have got angry if they got that. I didn't care. Yeah, the Mella's mask, a Bulldog's bracers. It's nice being on the other side. I'm glad you finally have the opportunity. Not as glad that you got to go to work. But yeah, I seen a bunch of people hitting. So that's like my major question is it's like, what did we... I got the opposite of Jill. You got Jack. But you think the opportunity was worth it? Yeah, Slim is a Discord. At least I think it's Slim's Discord, unless I'm invading somebody else's space, which is also fine. If you need something specific, moment, gear, this was weaker, but the featured was unquestionably better rates of success. Hit RVD this weekend. Yeah, do 4 pulls, not megas. I mentioned that earlier. They are going to, that should be switched after reset. We'll check on it. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, when leaving feedback for the week, it was so hard for me because I understand that they can join some of the loots. The moments are now part of the briefcase. And then the gears and the plates are together. So a lot of people said, well, they're taking our choice away. We're going to get less. And I believe that's what Coach said. If you're searching for something individual, like, hey, I just want this one item and that's it, then you might have a harder time picking it up. However, in the grand scheme of things, you do a 4 pull on this, you're guaranteed a featured. You're more likely to walk away with something beneficial now than you would have before. And that's kind of my aspect and thing of it. So keys are very valuable. I enjoyed doing every 4 pull that I did. I felt like I had a chance to get something new. Like I said, I walked away with at least 3 or 4 new gears, countless plates, even that Mella's mask. But... all right, Jammy, we're going to let you go first on that one. What do you think of keys and armory, and did you pull anything good out of them?
So I'm with you on this. I think it's a good change for me personally. Limiting the number of loots that you've got, going down from 4 to 2, I think was a good move. Me personally, the armory loot was kind of the main one I pulled on. But I mean, I came away with a few good things. I came away with a blue Riyadh Rumble plate. I grabbed a God, I'm mind blanking on the name of it now. The wildcard crown.
The Bay Crown or the Royal?
The Royale.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a couple of decent plates I came away with, so I'm certainly not unhappy with it. So yeah, for the most part, it's positive from my end.
Positive on your end. Envy, how do you feel? Do you feel the same from hitting it?
So I want them all to be smushed together. That's how I like the last couple months ago. I'd rather they just all be together. Let's just have a party. But I did do 220 pulls because I can't read and understand and comprehend. So I got nice stuff. But so first I got the Chelsea Green gear that I always wanted, but picked off the prize wall at the end of last month. So sucker on me, but hey, I would have got it if I didn't. So I was happy with what I did get that I already had. Then I got the AJ style gear. Not that AJ, the old AJ. So I got 4 out of 5 gears now. So I only need one more. I'm gonna order off the armory, whatever you call it, when you go to it. I almost spent my armory coins on them or whatever. I also got Vader gear and the gold Kurt Angle because they knew which one I needed. See, they were giving y'all the platinum, but I already had that, so they gave me the gold. And so I was thrilled about that. But what I don't like is with the relation to the prize wall, I didn't really need this week's prize wall because it's not going to get me to the level that I want to be at. So I kind of want to hold it, but I kind of want to do my armory pulls. I just really want to do them. So it's kind of a back and forth in my mind of do I just hold it till a prize wall where I need those prize walls, or do I go all out right away?
Well, I guess that's also one of the nice things now, and instead of saying they took away your choice, you now have a choice of, hey, there's nothing else I need on this prize wall, so I'm gonna hoard these keys until week 2 or week 3 when there is something on the prize wall that I'm chasing, and get the extra out of the contest milestones at that point. So I think that's a nice choice. Some people don't like the choice. As you said, they're sitting there burning a hole in your pocket seeing them. So you're like, I want to do this pull. I'm feeling lucky. I'm a hit, you know? So stuff like that does happen. But I think Nightmare might have hit it on the head. The people that are unhappy are the ones chasing moments. I looked at a moment pull on another account. I've seen a bunch of other people do moments. I've seen them hit superstars out of it. Some that would be very good for a free-to-play or newer player. However, I didn't see a lot of moments. The key loot doesn't change. So the loot will go down and come back up, but the items on it should not change. They are just going to change this portion right here. It's going to reset, and instead of week 1 prize wall, it's going to have week 2 prize wall. And that will be the difference. All right. So this one coming up is going to be the negative for me, other than another thing carrying over. Our next topic is going to be the Blitz. So they got rid of the stipulation tour hell that we are going through for shards, and they added a Blitz. So let me put it on the screen. Is it even still up? Yeah, it's scroll right past. Here we go. So you get 15 Blitz tickets in week 1. Good news for anything else I'm going to say. These Blitz tickets carry over throughout the month. So these will be the same Blitz tickets that are going to be in the Blitz with the new character. I'm gambling that I will have all the CSS like I do this week, and I will be able to do the Champions Tour, which I can't do because I don't have Taker and it requires all 5, and I'm lazy. That needs to be cut from 4 to 5. That is a change that I can agree with. I do not want to do 15 blitzes. I don't want to do those 60 blitz matches. That is the one thing that I'm procrastinating on because, that is going to be a drag. So not a big fan of that. If they reduce it to 4 people, give people a chance to do the Champions Blitz, I think 60 matches of Blitz a week is a little excessive, personally. Envy, how do you feel about it?
And what's my least favorite part of this week? Because I did 15 individual blitzes because I didn't have Taker either. And oh boy, when I thought I could do it before, and I hit that button and it said not enough people,
Yeah.
the disappointment, the shame.
Yep.
I had him on the silver. I had him on gold. I could have. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. I think they could be a little bit more lenient on that Champions Blitz. That'll make it a lot more enjoyable for a lot of people. And even if they up the other one to use 2 tickets or something, but like 60 matches of Blitz a week, that's going to be a drastic. That's the loser part of the new format for me that we need to make some adjustments to. Jamie, what's your thoughts?
So yeah, I mean, I will absolutely agree with bringing the 5 requirement down to 4. I'm with everyone on that one. But in terms of the Blitz itself, I mean, I took the flow route as well, and I've held on to my tickets. It was one of the first questions that we asked them when we saw the Blitz up this week was whether the tickets were transferable across the weeks, and as soon as I knew they were, I left it for the time being. But yeah, no, obviously I can't give much more than that, having not done anything with it yet.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much a theme. So I am going to put the LD player down for a minute because I'm going to restart it when reset happens. To get that restarted. So let me change that over real quick. And our next topic, which I'll be able to give a visual here in a minute, is going to be the loot changes. This was the big one. This was probably the most confusing one for everybody. I've answered this question at least 300 times. I'm sure anybody in the Discord has seen me answer this question time and time and time again, and this is not me making a complaint that people are asking questions. When you have this much change in the game, it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to make sure. They even extended the prize wall timer a little bit just to make sure people, more than 3, only 300. Yeah, it's been excessive. But the way it works now is you have a bronze loot coin that I believe is called the Challenger, a silver loot coin that's called the Champions, a premium loot coin, which we haven't seen yet. That is going to be for the premium loots like the Player's Choice loots that have those medallions in them. And then the last one is called the Spotlight loot, and that's where you're going to see the equal odds or the loots that only have one character in them. But, alright, let me restart this. And, Jammy, I'm going to let you take it away and let me know what you think about the loots.
So to be honest, I mean, I'm all for the idea with the loot coins, the fact that you can roll them over across the weeks. I love that as an idea. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm still wrapping my head around a little bit at times the differences in the loots. It's as much as people explain it to me at times, I still struggle with it. So I can understand some of the confusion and the frustration from the community in that sense.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense on that front. Like I said, it's the real confusing part, especially people were getting weekend coins out of their daily bag during the week, and they're like, well, there's no loot to spend it. What the hell is this? This isn't right. What's going on?
And obviously no notification to say that these were going to be for a later date.
Correct. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let Envy say what he thinks about the loots. All the loots carry over for the rest of the month. That's the biggest change, is if you buy loot coins on one weekend and you're like, I bought 80 loot coins or whatever. What's that deal on the portal that has like 90 some or 100 and some? But let's say you do your first mega pull and you hit that character. Now all the rest of your loot coins you have, you get to save for a future loot. You don't have to use them. If you want something in the spending milestones, that's great. But you don't have to use them anymore. Envy, what's your thoughts on it?
So the concept, great. The naming of the loot coins, poor. So if they would just kind of label the loot coins to what they are, so that I know what I'm getting when I get it, because all these loot coins look the same. These loot coins ain't loyal, and I was one that got a 7 pull for the weekend loot in the middle of the week, and I was like, oh man, I'm about to pull right now. And I looked over, I said, nope, I don't see him. I didn't get it. where'd it go? And then I contacted customer service, and they said, oh, yeah, it's in your inventory. I said, oh, it is, isn't it? Where's the loot? And then I got the explanation of all the loots that's coming and how they work. And it made perfect sense at that point. But I would be way more excited when I pull it from my daily bag if it said, this is going to be for use on the weekend coin. And it had a big W on it and it said weekend. Nope, because weekday starts with a W too.
Yeah.
So whatever. It could have been a contest star. It could have been something. Whatever. I mean, people are creative. Just find a word that makes us understand to be happy about this thing and when to just be marginally joyous.
So here is
give us a smiley face, a smiley face, a half smile, and a frown. And the frown is the one that's not that great.
So here is an example of the loots. This right here is the silver loot, which I believe is called the Champions loot. These loots are going to have additional items in them. As you can see, there is the silver gear of RVD. The gears are now in play. The new authority crown plate, which is whenever you make 6 or more multiply gems, increase your purple gem damage by 2. So you have gold gear, silver gear, you have the bronze. So that is the example of the pulls that are going to be the silver. These are going to be your 4 for $20 loot coin. What do we got? We got anything good in there? What in the world is that? I'm guessing that is the prize wall?
That's the new prize wall for this week, and I love the design, I'm not going to lie.
The design is really neat. Yeah, I just didn't know what the hell it was. So that's the Queen of Hearts. Thank God Goldie's already at work, or she'd have some arguments with Natalia about that. But, so that'll be our Queen of Hearts playing card that I absolutely love the design, and hopefully that asset gets put in for me to take. But that's kind of the theory on loots, and as you can see here, I still have the 4 that I did ahead of time. Actually, let's do my free one. Let's just see what we get. At first, yeah, I thought they were live shards at first as well, and I'm like, what's this? 200 Hall of Fame JBL shards, so that's not going to do it for me, but I did the free pull anyway. I will take the 100 prize wall. That sounds very nice. We will get to the prize wall as that's one of our topics. Not sure how far down the... Actually, that is our next topic. So, but anyway, on the loot topic, so the keys are different? The keys should not be different this week. If they are, they don't look different, do they? No, because I already have some. No, the keys are not different, so that is correct. So, same keys. Good. So the loots are... It's the same thing. The only difference now is if you decide that you want to save loot coins or you get them for later, then you can now do the, it shows them different for you in the portal. I'll check that out after stream if anything else needs adjusted or if I have to make any calls here. But yeah, with the loot, you get to save them now, which is kind of cool. So prize wall. Let's look at the new prize wall before we look at the old prize wall. So Queen of Hearts, we're going to look at the discount prize wall. Why they're advertising different things? I'm wondering if there's different items. All right, so there's our... Wow! Are those loot pools on the prize wall? That is new. Is that a red Piper play? I'm already all in. We haven't even started, and I'm already all in, and we haven't scrolled down the page yet. And then we have somebody not loving the prize wall. But everybody's going to have a different opinion. Brand new plate on the prize wall. You have loot pools on the prize wall. We have the first extra rendition of the red Piper plate, which is going to be very, very appealing to me. A Coco plate. Mark Henry plate. Haku, Gruesome, Live Straps. Oh, we got some gears. Not only some gears, we have some good gears. So, Money in the Bank here. Oh, wow. That's a hell of a price. If this is the discount wall, good lord. But however, we have a Shiny Cena. I know some people that don't have Shiny Cena. Axe. Taker Shards. That might get my attention, especially if I can get it on both prize walls. Hype for some upper tier characters. What do we got here? I think these are the same tokens from last week. Maybe not. I don't know for sure. I didn't really look at the moment. So if you're a moment, everything else should be in. So, all right, I just went down the prize wall. Jammy, give me your initial thoughts on it.
I mean, as someone who bought the pro start pack, obviously I got the discount prize wall with it as well, and I came away with a lot of good stuff from that, from me personally. So I mean, I love it, but then I don't get to see it from the point of view of a free to play just using the standard prize wall. But in terms of what's on it, I think there's a hell of a lot of good options on there for last week's, and this week's looks just as good, if not better. So again, no complaints from my side. But like I said, without knowing that free to play side of it, I can't say for definite for the sort of majority of people.
Yeah, I mean, so from what we were told, and I will look on the other accounts to see what I finished with after the faction event, is most people should have ended with between 10,000 and 12,000 tokens if you're complete free to play. So that was those were the numbers that I got. This is that prize wall, the full price one. So looking at options, I mean, your goal for the week, if you don't have a red Piper plate, that's a good. If you don't have a Frankie the Parrot plate, looking good. And yeah, there's a lot of value on this wall to me.
I will say as well, Flo, for anyone who's in Champions Club, we've got another premium drop loot coin as well.
Oh, we got another loot coin of the week. That is nice as well. All right. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing with me as well. Is I don't think that the starter pack is ever as valuable as it has been in this month block, and it's only been 2 weeks. that 33% savings is absolutely massive. I'll go ahead and start looking at what this is probably going to be my pickup. Is I'm just going to grab a second purple Piper plate. Then again, I don't think I have this either. But my big winnings for the week is I took AJ Styles Hall of Fame, a character that just came out last month that people said was super expensive. You only got 15,000, and I walked away with him for the price of the starter pack. So, I mean, like I said, the value is just there and so good right now. Envy, give me your feelings on these prize walls.
See, so I am 5 to play, so I got April Fool. But other than that, I have the regular prize wall, and hey, I mean, for what I did, I mean, it was great. I got me we're talking about new prize wall. So new prize wall, it looks good. I got some ideas. So I'm not too keen on the Piper plate, but I may aim for that. And then the rest of the stuff I don't really need except for Taker Shards. So those are going to be my 2 goals for the week. But I feel like first prize wall was great. So I wanted it. I wanted AJ. I couldn't muster enough to get AJ, but I did get who's the other guy? Wait a minute. I got that? No, I got Triple H. Triple H, clutch. He was clutch.
Yep.
And so, I mean, just off of that, I feel like the prize walls in my mind, I expect them to have diminishing value. I feel like the first week is going to be super high, because it's hard to get the stuff in the first week, and then as we go down, it'll be great stuff, but it won't be as great as that first week out. And that's how I'm feeling already. It's not like it's bad, but it's not first week. The first week I would have bought like the whole prize wall.
Yeah, for me, like I said, I already seen options I got excited about, and it's like accounts that are bigger built like mine, and that's what I've seen is I have a lot of bigger account people in my faction, and I'm seeing them in the brag room putting new stuff. So that's always great to see, and I've seen a lot of people like, we're kind of bored with the week. It's whatever. There's nothing else I want, and it's like, I don't think I fully agree with that take. I think there's definitely plenty to get, and like we said, we already got the new item on the prize wall, so new plate. That's going to be our goal for the week. All the prize walls will run for 8 days. So you'll have the extra day on Monday. You'll have 24 hours to decide. I do believe that they put a little bit of extra time. No, there's no extra time. It's just the extra day. Yeah. So you have until Tuesday so you have 24 hours to spend this. This is your warning. Spend now. But AJ Hall of Fame coming your way. Yeah, like I said, I see a lot of people saying choices galore. I like being able to see my goal for the week at the start of the week. I know there were some people that were like, I needed a weekend prize wall, and the only thing that I think they needed a weekend prize wall for is they needed a reason to spend more. So, personally, I think it's good the way it's set up. I know other people were like, give us the weekend event so we can throw some money at it and get some other stuff. But I personally am a fan of the way it's set up. I definitely like the prize wall. Two other quick things of note, and then we'll get into the new stuff. Good luck if you're in the top 200, since they also extended the solo contest. Oh, they extended the solo contest because, I'm guessing they extended to it if, they didn't get the key pay, or not the key payout, but the loot coin payout dealt with ahead of time. I haven't checked Discord yet. I don't plan to until after the stream, because I'll get locked there. And I'll never come back. So I'm going to talk on this one real quick, because I got the details. I know I've seen a lot of people very angry about this. I wish they communicated it sooner. The Flash market is not going to be active this month. They are looking into retooling it, what they want to do with it, how it's going to be improved in the new system. It's going to be down for this month. If you have rubies and you have web coins, they're going to be able to use. They're just going to be the store is out of the McDonald's ice cream machine is out of order for a month. That's what it is. Where there's no devaluing, there's no this, it's just going to be down. Yes, I wish we got a little bit earlier in advance, but that's what it is. You just want the Superstar Guide on the web portal to be updated. I'll put in another note about that, but I don't think this is one that I've seen heavily debated depending on which faction you're in, and I'm interested to hear everybody's thoughts. What did everybody think about the faction event last week? You're not seeing me online because it says I'm online. Refresh.
Okay, yeah.
I broke the internet. Yep, there it was. Yeah, it was just like, OBS is disconnected. OBS is back. You're now at full power. We did it.
Yeah, I think you might have had a quick power surge because your voice went crackly and disappeared for about 5 seconds.
Yep, probably one of my kids downloading something. Refresh. We're still here. Okay. But all right, everybody's getting refreshed. But yeah, that's going to be the major point and topic of this one is, how did you feel about the faction event? Because I seen a lot of different things. I know a lot of people liked the grinding. Some people didn't like the grinding. Some people wanted to put caps on it, which I think is absurd because I think any event where you can grind out, especially something that's just for some prize wall. But what did we think about the faction event? Did we like it? Did we dislike it? Did we not even try? Did you do a little extra for it? There were so many different ways to get points throughout the week. You could have done a tour. You could have done a blitz. You could have played showdown. You could have played faction boss. You could have did, I think, just everything under the sun just kind of fed points to that event. Jamie, I'm gonna let you go first. What did you think of the faction event?
I was a bit meh to it, being completely honest. I like the whole idea of it being uncapped. So I mean, a lot of my points came from doing faction boss during the week. Just load up a level 1 and run it in a global room. But yeah, I mean, like I said, for the most part, I'm a bit null to it.
Okay, so just kind of a bit blah. You like the grinding portion, but everything else, nothing really mattered. Okay, people can hear us. Envy, what was your opinions on it?
So the only thing that matters to me is that we max. So as long as we max, I'm good with it. I mean, they can make it whatever they want to. Some people are going to grind, some people are not. I'm not mad at which level anybody goes for that. But as long as we max, I'm good, and I'm not going to complain. And we max, so we did it.
Yep, yeah.
And that's all I needed. I mean, I would like to be higher, but I mean, that would mean I'd have to grind. So I can't complain about anybody else grinding if I'm not out in these streets going heavy.
Yeah, that was pretty much my thoughts of it as well. Is it's like, yeah, the prize wall's nice. If your faction wants to sit out and grind it out, more power to you. Anytime they have a faction event where everybody has the same choices on the table, I think it's good. I did see some factions complaining about auto clickers and whatnot. I can tell you that with the stars, that any macros or auto clickers I've ever seen, I don't know how they work. But again, if that's what they want to do to earn points, I say more power to them. Because, like everybody else says, kind of meh, kind of okay, kind of what it is. So, not overly topic. Again, I think this final chest is the only thing. Maybe up those shards to a minimum of 100. A lot of these characters are 5k characters, so when you get 40 shards, it feels bad. I did see some people in my own faction. I seen somebody hit Taker. I seen somebody hit, I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been AJ. So they are in there. I hit 40 Taker shards, which happen to be the only character I need shards for in it. But it looks like this week should be very similar, except that we have feud instead of showdown at the end of the week. I think that's pretty much it wrapping up last week's. Again, I like a lot of the changes. There is a few things that need tweaked. Blitz needs rework. Somebody said Blitz is reworked. So I do want to go look if I use the right way. So we have Blitz. My tickets did carry over like I was promised. Only need 2 characters. We did it. What's hilarious is on one of the free-to-play accounts, I don't have a second character. But you only need 2 characters, so as long as you have EO, Rex, AJ, or so faction, I will get these points this week because I will gladly do 6 blitzes over 30 any day of the week. Glad we got that change. I'm glad they listened. Most free-to-plays don't have a second character. This is horrible. Maybe you'll have a second character in the coming weeks. There is still 3 more weeks. So it all depends on, do you want to get these RVD shards right now? Or do you want to get those RVD shards in the future? So I do agree that the CSS this week aren't very free-to-play friendly, per se. But, alright, we are...